yeah, fuss. This is DJ Nicholas on the show. When you hear the trumpet or the flute, know it's a battle. Time to put your pickle in a drive, get it to travel. Like Mary, you want to use your foot, kick off shackle. When the war so easy on me body, and when it got man them there, you got to man the look.
Good afternoon and welcome to the program, The Mailbox. Let's welcome back Kevin Bailey. This is the program that's aired every Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. It is the second day of July in the year 2025. Kevin, how you do?
I am doing good, Courtney. Greetings, man and man from Moran Point in the Grill. Great to be back on the show. Can you imagine July the 2nd, 2025? And this is the Mailbox here every Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. on your favorite radio station, Love 101 FM. So we'll be looking at laughter and masculinity. There's a big man no laugh, big man no skin up. And whole heap of things like that. Well, this is going to be very interesting. The relationship between laughter and masculinity is complex and can vary greatly across cultures and individuals. Traditional masculinity and laughter. Tough exterior. Traditional masculinity often emphasizes a tough exterior, which can make it difficult for men to express vulnerability or emotions, including laughter. Humor as a coping mechanism. Men may use humor as a way to cope with stress, anxiety, or other emotions while maintaining a masculine exterior. Laughter as release. Laughter can be a way for men to release pent-up emotions and tension. What about being vulnerable and connection? Sharing laughter with others can create a sense of being vulnerable and the connection, which can be beneficial for men's mental health. Societal expectations and laughter. Masculine humor. Society expect masculine humor and how that can influence what type of humor men feel comfortable expressing. There's pressure to conform. Men may feel pressure to conform to traditional masculine norms for men. There are some clear benefits. It releases stress. Laughter can help reduce stress and anxiety in men. Social bonding. Sharing laughter can set social bonds and create a sense of community. This is the program designed for men with guests who are men, hosted by men, and it's here every Wednesday unless it's a holiday at 5:30 p.m. right here on Love 101, the family station.
Good to have you back, Sir Kevin Bailey.
My post right here. Great.
Awesome.
Hey, Courtney, we're there.
Yeah, man. Good to have you back, Kevin. You know, this week is the week of our 13th anniversary, actually. And it is just fantastic. But as Kevin said, this is a program designed for men with guests who are men, hosted by men, and it's aired every Thursday for the last 13 years, unless it's a public holiday, at 5:30 p.m. right here in Love 101, the family station. I'm Courtney Morrison, and to all our listeners, thanks for making Love 101 your station of choice. We're talking about the topic, laughter and masculinity. Yeah, can you take a man serious if I'm always laughing? The relationship between laughter and masculinity is complex and can greatly across cultures and individuals. Traditional masculinity often emphasizes a tough exterior, which can make it difficult for men to express vulnerability or emotions, including laughter. Today, you will hear from pastor and comedian. Pastor and comedian Leighton Smith, as we explore how men use humor and laughter to navigate societal expectations and express themselves. You're in store for a program today. Kev. We seem to be having some time delay, but indeed, I'm certain we get it sorted out shortly. And so, our guest this evening is pastor and comedian Leighton Smith.
Yes, yeah, certainly for me.
Yes, he'll be joining
And
us.
he should be joining us shortly. Yeah. You can hear me, Courtney?
Yes, I am hearing you. Go ahead now. You went blank for a moment, but you're back.
Oh, wow. All right. Thank you. So, a little bit about Leighton Smith. Leighton Smith is a recent nominee from Arama International Comedian Award for 2023 in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. He was awarded from the IT Fancy Cat comedy show, Christian Comedy Cook Up, for his outstanding performance over the years. Leighton was one of the leading comedians on a local television network show, Comedy Club Series. He has shared stage with many well-known international acts and performed all over the world. He serves as part-time drama teacher at Whitefield Primary and Infant School. Smith is a graduate from the Island Theatre Drama School in New York City, where he earned a diploma in playwriting and stage directing. Leighton is a person who loves people and ministered the gospel for over 20 years. A proud son of Thomas District in the parish of St. Elizabeth and past student of Balaclava High School. Big up Balaclava High School and the Mandem in St. Elizabeth. Please welcome comedian, teacher, and pastor Leighton Smith in the place on the mailbox.
Good evening. Good evening. It is my greatest pleasure to be on the mailbox, and I want to greet your listeners both locally and internationally. And I am pleased to be in the mailbox. I don't know where they are going to send us, but I'm happy to be in the mailbox.
It's good to have you, Sir Leighton. We might put you in the inbox, so be certain to get there. We're not sure we're going to put you into junk mail, but you definitely will be in the inbox. Good to have you, sir.
But
It's
well,
our pleasure.
once I'm somewhere, I'm fine. I'll
All
get
right.
somewhere. All right. I
Good.
must commend you and say congratulations for this wonderful program that you have started and continue to cherish. And it's a pleasure to be a part of it this evening because where men and humor is concerned, it's like the divorce. So men don't really take on to certain things. So this evening we shall divulge into some different things. And as let me lay my foundation by saying some time ago I was told that there was a study done, and it was revealed that men are dying faster than females. And the reason is because men don't laugh. We build up a
Mm.
lot of stuff in our system. And then 3 weeks down the road, they just hear that you don't hear who dropped down and dead. Because that person build up a number of things and carry on. Laugh with you, smile with you, but at the same time they are hurting. When the females now, they tend to release their burden anywhere at any time, and it doesn't matter how. They will run from up at the top of the road with a scream, go down to the bottom, and somebody hold them and ask them what happened, and they explain and get it off. Men just find themselves down at the domino table, go play, or them go at the bar, go sit down on one stool and drink. That's men.
Thank you, Sir Leighton. And indeed, we just want to say, man and man, remember, we want to hear from you. We're live on Facebook and YouTube at Love 101 FM Jamaica. Remember, you can leave your comments via WhatsApp line at 876-997-3125 or call our studio lines at 876-968-8327 or 876-968-8328. Also, we are on TikTok at Love 101 FM Jamaica.
All right. So my other thing that because I'm the special guest here, right?
Yes, you are.
So I must have a whole heap of say in the matter. Right, Sir Kevin?
We prefer you talk.
You prefer, all right. So I will talk. I will talk, and I will talk until I'm morning, All right.
Well,
So
yeah, the title part, we know them do that well.
masculinity and going forward, and I know a lot of men are listening and locked in.
No, definitely. I'm just wondering if something on my
Yeah, you seem to be freezing up, Kevin. So
Yeah.
there's either a delay or something. I'm not sure what's happening there with you. But Sir Leighton, just before you go any further and say anything, because we want to ensure that we continue with the format that we have a question that we like to ask you before we go any further. Um, we have the main section, but this is what we call the draft, the direct response for the featured team. And the question is there any room for laughter in the church, especially among men? Yes or no? Yea or nay? Is there
Yes.
any room for laughter in the church? And give us a little bit of explanation why you say yes or no.
Yes, there is a matter of fact, not just room. There's a whole palace for laughter in the church for men. Because we are the backbone of society. So therefore, we should carry the laugh. We should be the one in the church to let when persons come, they see us not just the serious persons, as a deacon dress well tucked in, and him just ensure that he's the police for the drum set. No, Pitney not supposed to go around it. And he's the police for the keyboard. And they are the police for everything. But at the same time, we want men to be able to laugh in church so that the younger ones can see that men are serving the Lord and it's not just about being serious and have a long face like there's all security guards and they are all from the JDF. We want them to know. And so my take on that is their room, but we want more men now to come out to men's fellowship because that's one of the reasons why you don't see more men laughing. Because a church will have men's fellowship and a body will have 25 males in the church. And when they have men's fellowship, 4 persons come. So when they should get to sit down and reason and rap and run joke about each other and laugh, you don't find it. So there's room, but we have to call them out to say, come and let us laugh.
And the truth is, we weren't baptized in lime juice. Got it. Our gospel artist, Howard Reynolds would say, Pastor, Reverend Howard Reynolds says, we weren't baptized in lime juice. And the scripture does declare laughter is good
But
medicine.
it's so.
So, yes, and indeed, it gives strength to the bones. It doesn't cause them to rot. So just before we head into our first break, we just want you to know we have with us Pastor Leighton Smith, comedian and pastor, by the way. He was awarded during his tenure with the IT and Fancy Cat show. And we all know that Mr. IT Ellis is also a Christian and also a deacon. And he does make us laugh. And as such, we're coming up on our first break. Kevin Bailey is back with us. I'm Pastor Courtney Morrison. It is the mailbox. You're listening to Love 101 FM. We come back right after these messages.
Dunamis International Gospel Center presents National Revival Crusade Impact Jamaica with guest speakers Dr. Paul and Dr. Becky Aneche, among other dynamic ministers of the gospel, at the National Indoors Sports Center, Kingston, on July 1 and 2, beginning at 6:30 p.m., and a day session on July 2 at WAFIF, 55 Old Harbor Road, Spanish Town, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Gospel music sensation Kevin Downswell and Gotti Gotti will be a part of this worship experience. Admission free.
The time by Grace Good Move is
4:45 p.m. in the afternoon. You're listening to Love 101.
This Emancipation Day, experience a night of powerful praise and purpose. CC Winans brings her More Than This tour to Jamaica with Chevelle Franklin, Kevin Downswell, Prince Saj, John Mark Wigan, hosted by IT Ellis and Nadine Blair. Gates open 2 p.m., showtime 5 p.m. Tickets at select outlets island-wide or online at spuropen.com. Follow at More Than This Jamaica on Instagram for updates. CC Winans, More Than This concert with a call. Friday, August 1, King's House East Lawns.
Enjoy the best of your home with the Home and Things Shop and Save Spectacular. We're talking porcelain, ceramics, sintered stone, and mosaic tiles, all at super low prices. Find the perfect faucet, open up huge savings on windows and doors, or brighten your home with beautiful lighting options, plus so much more. Everything under one roof at unbeatable prices and superior quality. Visit Old Hope Road and Castle Spring Road. The Home and Things Shop and Save Spectacular. See you there.
I am a man, I am a man, I am a man, yes. Strong man, integrity man, I am a man.
Welcome back to the program, The Mailbox. I'm Courtney Morrison along with Kevin Bailey. Our guest for today is pastor, teacher, comedian, Leighton Small, a proud son of Thomas District in the parish of St. Elizabeth and past student of Balaclava High School. And he's here with us today. Our topic is laughter and masculinity. Can the two of them be seen hand in hand? Can you take a man serious if he's always laughing? You know, he's here to share with us today on the topic. Men love to present a tough exterior. And as such, as we are here today, Pastor Leighton Smith will guide us. I hope he doesn't mind me calling him pastor straight out, you know.
Right out. I have no problem with that.
Beautiful.
But let me just give you a little correction there. It is Thornton, the Thornton district down in St. Elizabeth. Thornton, right. Yes. And that's where I grew up knowing that laughter. We grew up knowing that we have some neighbors, when they laugh over their house, it echoes in the community. You don't know the reason why you're laughing over there, but it triggers you to stop what you're doing to laugh and even to go over there and check to find out what's so sweet. And we grow up knowing now that laughter has something to do with the individual. While I was preparing for the interview, I was looking at different kind of things that can hit us along the way. We can have bills to pay. We have different challenges that will come. But I noticed that if you laugh for 5 minutes, for that 5 minutes, you don't remember anything that you are facing at the time, because laughter does heal that section of your mind. And maybe when you finish laughing, you get a little way of how to go around things. Because one of the reasons why men don't really laugh is that they only stick to one thing when they have a problem to say, this is the only way you can solve. So let us laugh at ourselves. And then after you finish laughing, you realize you get an idea. So, for instance, you're going to catch the fire and then
we seem to have lost Leighton as well. We're talking about laughter and masculinity. Can the two go together? The scripture does declare that laughter is good medicine. And as such, should it be something that men do more often instead of this tough exterior that we present? We need to stop and think, because it is proven that men die earlier than women. And the truth is, a part of it may be that we are far too serious. As Pastor Leighton Smith was saying before we lost him, is that when you begin to laugh, you forget about the cares of the world. And as such, it acts as a de-stressor. It removes that element of stress. It makes you more lighter. It eases the burden, and it does help. And the truth is, when we talk about masculine humor, the societal expectations around masculine humor can influence what type of humor men feel comfortable expressing. Are you a man that finds yourself laughing? Are you able to laugh at yourself? Are you able to, in any setting, regardless of how dire situations are, that you are able to release yourself from stress? Because it acts as a benefit. Stress relief. Laughter can reduce the stress and anxiety in men. It also provides for social bonding. Sharing laughter with others and can strengthen social bonds and create a good sense of humor. So I want, as men are listening all around, I'm not sure this statement is correct, but I'm going to say it nonetheless. Not take life too serious sometimes. You have to be able to laugh, because without doing so, you are putting yourself in a state of stress. As a matter of fact, the truth is that it takes less muscles, it takes much less face muscles to smile and to laugh than it does to be serious. I remember when I first read that thing, if I'm not mistaken, it takes 72 muscles for you to become serious, while it takes at least a third of that less for you to smile. So you're overworking the muscles of your face when you're tense up and you're facing anxiety and you're facing stress. So hear what? Laugh a little bit more. Hear what? Be less serious. You don't need to present this tough exterior to indeed be certain that you're either seen or heard. Well, the truth is, sometimes a screw face man, and everybody in Jamaica understand what we mean by a screw face. Let me explain for those internationally. When you have your face in such a wrench, or you're frowning, yeah, it does present a picture sometimes of depression. And so think about it. We have seen some great comedians over the years, Sammy Davis Jr., we have seen Jerry Lewis. Quite a number of these men have been very funny and have made people laugh and have allowed others to live longer just by sharing their lives. Robin Williams is another one. But let's not use that laughter, though, to cover our own depression. Let it be genuine. Let it be real. Because when it becomes genuine and real, then we are sure that your stress levels have fallen. But when it becomes what we call in Jamaica plastic smile or false laughter, it doesn't change what's happening with you. A real laugh, a good laugh, a raucous laugh. I have a friend, and I'm going to call him by name. His name is Ludwig B. Frey, fellow Kingston College student. When he laughs, it is infectious. Have you ever met some men or persons who, when they laugh, it is so infectious? You are just laughing yourself. You don't know what is making them laughing. You don't know what the joke was. But just by hearing their laughter, it helps you to laugh. I'm asking anyone, especially those who are listening or watching or tuning in love101.org or our Facebook page or YouTube page. Is there any such male that you know? You want to post their names? let us look at it. But laughter is a stress reliever. And once we are in that position, it helps. Laughter also, as I was saying before, connotes emotional expression, whether an act of depression is what you're displaying by the frown on your face or the lack of just looking happy. Because usually when you're laughing, usually when you're smiling, it presents a picture of happiness. And as I said, let it become true happiness. And humor also acts as a coping mechanism. Men can use humor as a way to cope with stress, anxiety, or other emotions while maintaining a masculine exterior. As I said, the macho, masculine are traditionally what we call masculinity can sometimes just be a facade that hides exactly what is truly happening to us. But genuine laughter, I will go back to scripture, is good medicine and it helps us. I believe, who do we have back with us now here with us? Good afternoon. Is that Kevin or is that Pastor Layton?
I am back.
Okay. So
Are you hearing me clearly now?
I'm hearing you quite clearly, Sir Layton, Pastor
Wonderful.
Layton.
And I trust that the listeners are hearing me clearly as well.
They are.
All right. So I was making my point, and it comes right to agree with what I am saying that we must, as men, learn to laugh during difficult times because we will find another avenue to get out. So I was sharing my solid point and the internet just failed us. But what if I had just get frustrated about it and upset and say I'm doing this interview and the thing just stopped? But then we have another way and I'm back online. So it just goes to show that going forward, so even I would say men who seem to be out there doing evil things by killing and stealing and such, I think if they would sit back sometime and just have a good laugh, something would hit them to say, all right, don't do that. Because the more persons we allow to laugh, the best we feel. And the more persons we hurt, the more we have to take time and walk and look who is coming at us. So if I go to a comedy show and perform for 5,000 persons and allow those 5,000 persons to laugh, what will happen to me 2 weeks after going on? I will see someone from the show and they will come to us and say, "Boy, you made me laugh last week, man. Let me go home and laugh." Now, what if it is that I was at an event with 5,000 persons and I went up there and I said something unkind and I did the most derogatory thing and everybody feel sad about it? When they see me the next 2 weeks, it is going to put them in the same frame of mind. So what I'm putting to men across the board, it's best we start to forget the thing where a person will say, "We love laugh as a man." Oh, if you laugh, they say you will live longer. So I would suggest that we should do more laughing than not getting too so serious, because the persons who are very serious in this country, I'm sure they get paid on the 25th. The soldiers and the policemen, they get paid on the 25th, but yet they are serious. And there is no one I would come across who can give you a good laugh like a police officer or a soldier.
That's quite interesting.
They know when to free up and give you that good dose of laugh. Even sometimes, if they stop you on the road and you are getting a ticket, they will even say something funny, and they themselves have to laugh, even though it's a very unpleasant situation for you to be seeing your ticket printing. They say you're going to have to pay this, But sometimes they give you a little humor in giving you the ticket, and they themselves laugh and you laugh. So let's not beat upon ourselves where life is concerned, and we don't use the medicine that will make us look younger, live longer, be more pleasant, and have more persons want to be around us. There are some persons who
let's stick a pin right there. Let's take a pin right there, Pastor Layton. We're up on our second break. When we come back, we'll hear more about our guest, Pastor Layton Smith. We want to hear what was life like for him in growing up and what influenced him into becoming a comedian as well as a pastor. So we take a break, and Pastor Courtney Morrison, along with our guest, Pastor Lee Smith, actor, comedian, and pastor. We'll come right back after these messages at 6 p.m.
I am a man. Hey, man. I am a man. I am a man. I am a man. Yes. Strong man. Integrity man. I am a man. Man. I am a
This Emancipation Day, experience a night of powerful praise and purpose. CC Winans brings her More Than This tour to Jamaica with Chevelle Franklin, Kevin Downswell, Prince Saj, John Mark Wigan, hosted by IT Ellis and Nadine Blair. Gates open 2 p.m., showtime 5 p.m. Tickets at select outlets island-wide or online at spuropen.com. Follow at More Than This Jamaica on Instagram for updates. CC Winans, More Than This concert with a call. Friday, August 1, King's House East Lawns.
I'm Itana, and human trafficking is everybody's business. Call 1-888-PROTECT to report suspected cases of child trafficking.
The time by the Ministry of National Security is
6 p.m. here at Love 101.
I am a man, I am a man, I am a man, yes. Strong man, integrity man, I am a man.
Theme song done there by Kevin Bailey. You're listening to the program, The Mailbox, or you may be viewing us on YouTube or Facebook. Also on TikTok at Love 101 FM. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for making Love 101 the station of choice. Indeed, you can contact us by sending us a text through 876-997-3125. That's our WhatsApp line. You may leave a voice note, but it must not be longer than 30 seconds. Or call our studio lines at 876-968-8327 or 876-968-8328. Our guest this afternoon, Pastor Leighton Smith, son of the soil from St. Elizabeth, past student of Lacovia High School, I believe. And he's here sharing with us. We want to hear a bit more about who is Leighton Smith. Tell us a bit more about growing up and what helped you or influenced you most in becoming a comedian.
Right, good. So Leighton Smith, again, is a past student of the Balaclava High School. And I am a identical twin. Wow. Identical. And it so happened that this also helped me to become a comedian because we have so much memories growing up as a twin that we could sit down and laugh about. The first thing my mother would always tell me that my father could not differentiate between the both of us. So whenever they go to the health center for the baby checkup, right. Persons always get so edgy when they saw twins that they would have to go over there and make fun of them and play with us. So they always ask my father when my mother speaking to the nurse or whomever she's speaking to and she's not there, but he have both of us. And they'd ask, what's your name? So he would call me Leon and he would call my brother Leighton. So when my mother come back, he will say, I wish on a Leighton again. I wish on a Leon. All right. So when I was growing up now and my mommy keep telling me these jokes, I said, but this is fun. This is something that I could use and start after see how he would laugh after himself when he find out that, oh Lord, I the wrong one me call, you know. And I grew up now using that now. Every time I see my father, I would wonder, say, okay, I wonder if him knows says me this. He think it's my brother. But when it comes down to punishment time, he doesn't make any mistake. The right person would get it. And that's the time I think I would really want him to make the mistake, but it never really happened. Now,
so you were the troublemaker?
We're not going to go there this evening. That is why I'm who I am. Now, my mother, she was a teacher for 46 years at the Thornton Basic School. And growing up now, I want to make people laugh so much that I normally would go look for elders in the community and borrow some old pants, some pants that call them crimpling, and some way back pants and some suspenders, and I would put it on and walk like an old man through the community and talk to people. Now, my mother was not in favor of that. There would be punishment to take off the old clothes. And I realize now that just by walking past in it, you can have 5 people just laughing nonstop. And I said, but this is a good thing. This is a good thing to do. So we joined the Police Youth Club and we started our drama club there, and we keep our shows, we write our plays, perform them, and we start to enter different competition. And I realized that this is an avenue to bring a change. It's not to go into a dancer setting where to tell people to jump up and so. It's just to go and stand up and give in clean humor with things that everybody can relate to, such as So think about growing up in the country, and before the door is open at night, you have to ask who that. If you want your mother to beat you, you will open the door before you ask who that. And the knocking would tell us who it is. Say 5 person live in this house. Everybody have a different way they knock. So if you inside, you can say, oh, a daddy. Because he not give you a daddy that, And it's a smaller knock. You can relate. So all of these things, we find it as joke. And we say, oh, even the very knocking can become humor when you start to put it into a certain context and take it to somebody else to say, do you know who knock like this at your house? And so growing up now, it gives me this thing to say, if I could put a play together and the whole community, when we advertise that we're having a little show, everybody come out just for that evening of entertainment. Men come out, but guess what, gentlemen? They don't come inside.
Oh.
They listen from outside. Just as when you go to a wedding or a funeral, the men majority of them would be outside. And when you think that you're not listening, it's when the function finish, you hear them talking about what the man did say inside. So we have to do things now to allow men to know that it is okay to come inside.
That's right. Leighton,
yes,
just
sir.
to follow up, sometimes people in the church say life is just a serious thing. It's just a serious thing. And then when you put on it, talking about God and salvation and hell and heaven and all of them things, they are serious subjects. And they're saying, how you get laughter in the midst of that? And furthermore, look how life's stressful and we have to earn and we have to live. What would you say with persons who have that perspective? That no man, this thing not helping us to deal with the realities of life. What's your take on that?
All right, I'll take you to the kitchen to answer you. Say, for instance, you are going to fry some Johnny cake for your breakfast, and you have your flour, you have your water, and you put the oil on, turn the pot on, fire on, and everything. You mix the flour, and then you throw it in there. And when it's time for you to eat, you realize that, wow, I didn't put any salt in it. So you may fry 10 dumplings, but then guess what? You have to park them because they can't eat. They don't have no taste. So if the church don't have a little humor in it, it now becomes like the dumpling, that it is there in abundance, but nobody wants to partake of it. So I would suggest that we have to add it in there. Even when we are sharing the word sometimes, if you notice something, almost all pastors are like a comedian. Because when you listen to the most serious pastor, up there, when he's sharing, he will say something and persons find it funny and laugh. But coming from up there, you will never get that pastor to say those things. But he knew that if he does not put this into the sermon, it should be like one of those Johnny cake that is well prepared but without salt.
And some pastors do use humor to open a door so that whatever stories are being told, it relates to the individual. We find that when persons laugh, they tend to open up more easier. All defense mechanisms are down, and so it usually provides.
Let me jump in and say this. If you look at our politicians, if you find them not on the campaign trail, you would find out that they are all great laughers. When they open their mouth to laugh, you'd be surprised to know. Because they know that laughter carries something that will allow them to think further. So laughter is like you pause to catch your breath to think about what next. But we are too stuck up, and as men, we have to sit down and have this conversation to say before you leave the office in vexation and give tires. You can know when a man is upset in Jamaica, when he leave a business establishment and you hear, something not go right inside there. And you see the tire mark and the asphalt there, that there's a disgruntled customer leaving. But when they are leaving and they are laughing, they will never drive out like that. So now we have to start to preach that people laugh more, and then you will start to think more positive. So the man who fly out from the business establishment in a rage, who did not laugh, is when he reach home, he realize that he never pick up his wife. And he will have to turn back now and go for her. But he didn't tell her that. When me pass the office in the home, he's upset. And then guess what? Tomorrow he laugh after himself. It doesn't matter how you see the man behave, he will get a time to laugh after himself. Even by himself, if he's in the shower, he laugh after himself and say, why today me start motion and me reach home and realize me then pick up the boy at school. He laugh. So why not laugh before you get to those areas where you want to see yourself? I say, why I shouldn't do that.
Laughter does make one more approachable. We have a text message here from one honorable one who listens to the show, referring to your Johnny Cake parallel. I just cook a very salty salt thing and put that in the middle of the saltless fried dumplings, not throwing away one. We also have another. We also have another text from Marjo Mundo of Longville Point. My son is 16 years old, and many days he has good laugh, especially from a comedy or a skit like Julie Mango, when he starts laughing and I can't help but laugh as well. So laughter does make one more approachable as well, apart from a tough exterior. You'd agree, right?
Yes, indeed. But my brothers, another point that I want us to look at, you can see, and just by the way how men will sit down and watch a movie, you realize that we need to preach laughter more, because even before the movie ends, they will turn off the television. Because he's just in disagreement with some character in the show, and turn it off and quarrel as if it is a real life experience him having. When you're watching the movie, laugh, because the person in that movie that you're watching, they already gotten paid for that show, And maybe the time when you're watching it, they are in rehearsal to come out with something else. And you upset that you don't watch it. And then guess what? When they feel away, when they go to a place and they hear somebody talking about the movie, and they can only share up to such part, that they upset and turn off the television. And I say, what, somebody I watch it? I will turn off the TV, and the man I say, no, you should not watch it to the end, because you see the man now, he will go over there, And then they are beating themselves. I say, if I had known, I'd just maintain my composure and watch out the TV show. But we are saying to men that are listening now, all over the world, start laugh more. See the humor in everything that you are going through. Look at it and laugh. If you go to the one of those fast food place and buy a patty and it burn you, you're going to go in there and quarrel with them. You laugh after yourself when you go home. Yes, sir.
I want to ask you an important question. Like, how do we start socialize our children to start look at humor and to laugh more and to tie that can laughter help to reduce violence and crime? But before you answer that, we're up on our next break. So we're going to take a break now. This is the mailbox here every Wednesday, 5:30 p.m. Courtney, Kevin, and our very special guest, Leighton Smith in the place. We go to the studio, then we'll be right back after this.
Remix the summer with Digicel. 100 lucky winners win $100,000 each, plus surprises all summer. Gift a friend a plan. They could win $25,000, and the time by Digicel is now 6:16 p.m.
You can see the face, but not the heart. Those who want to do you wrong. Those so many falls.
Bless up. This is Christopher Martin. Human trafficking is a crime. Let's unite to end human trafficking. Be wise, open your eyes, spot them, stop them, and report them.
A message from the Ministry of National Security.
No shadow at the dark. No shadow at the dark.
I am a man, I am a man, I am a man, yes. Strong man, integrity man, I am a man.
Welcome back to the program, The Mailbox. This is our final segment. Our guest today is Pastor Leighton Smith, actor and comedian. I'm here with my co-host, Kevin Bailey. We've been doing this for 13 years. This week makes our 13th year of celebrating the mailbox. Kevin, you were asking Pastor Leighton a question in regards to our children.
Right. How do we get our children from very young to appreciate humor, laughter, to see place in their life? And twin that to say, do you think if they embrace that, if we create that environment in the home, etc., we could reduce crime and violence? Your take on that?
Most definitely. Now, one of the first thing I would recommend is that parents sit down and read some short stories with a lot of action in it, and do them while you're reading them. Change your voice, color your voice to match the character of the story. Don't just read to them because you can read. Do the action. Get up sometime and walk or take up the broom and let them see you into the story, and then start laugh. And then that will open their appetite to appreciate a little novel that they would have been reading. And they now will take that on and see that their friends say, "Oh, your mommy read to you." And I said, "My mother, when she read, she does read, you know." I said, "No, when my mother read, you know, she get up and she take up the map stick. She even bend like she go under the bed." You get into character. Sit and watch the most hilarious movie with them. Grab the biscuit. You might have no popcorn at home, but get the biscuit and get your cup of juice and sit with them. Laugh while even sometimes when it's not so funny, let them hear you laugh, because you want them to catch on to what makes you happy. You can't be in a house where you love to laugh and you don't draw your children into that kind of atmosphere to start learn to laugh. So that's my 2 points, I would say. Read to them, do the action, color your voice. Even when they're at school, you can rehearse how you're going to do it, where you're going to start read from. And I'm sure you will start to allow them, because what their parents really done, that's what they would tend to go with in the future. So if a boy father is serious and him not laugh, when him come to school, you can identify him, and the teacher can say, "It's so-and-so son, that's why I'm still so." Because them know say so-and-so not laugh. They know say so-and-so company school compound, them have to hold him. But we want that cycle to change. So so-and-so now who is listening to me now will have to go, and even if so-and-so can read, so-and-so can do things to make the child laugh, go play one of the music and try to say I do the dance and make the people laugh and say, "Daddy, I know so. I know so." And he come up and say, "All right, you come show me." And then that child will go now on the road and even laugh and say, "Mr. My father try to do this dance, I have to laugh." But that poor that child don't know that daddy is allowing that child to learn to laugh and grow into laughter.
Pastor Leighton Smith, thank you for that word. How can we, though, in the church, help to encourage our males to laugh more? You know, as I've been reiterating,
All
our
right.
men seem to have been baptized in lime juice. How do we make certain that they can laugh more?
All right. I think what one of the things that we can do, we can organize drama group in church and write some humorous skit and give it to the drama group to say choose the characters and let them go up and perform. Now the audience will laugh and they will realize that this is what I'm giving. So guess what? I will have now start to do the same thing because I can't be saying that I'm giving laughter and then I'm not laughing. So we can pull that. We can also have some competitions in church. If you look on the internet, you will find they have some very unique games where you may have a card on the ground, and over there is green, and over there is blue. So when they're standing on the card that is black, this is the blue, they should be over this side. The green, they should be over there. So the men know you get them to do it. So once one person out, the others will laugh. And then because some persons won't be, just standing, they will drop. And so it builds up the humor now that the thing come with, that they will find out that they start to laugh. And then even 2 weeks after coming to church, they make mention of it and somebody give a laugh. And another man who you never hear a laugh. When they ask them what, me say, the last week, man, when we have a game, man, when Brother Brown drop over this stuff, me say, last man. And these are the things now that will get them because it won't be the sermon, it won't be the prayer practice, it won't be the Bible study. So we have to think out of the box now as to how to get them to get in laugh. We have things in school. We have crazy hot day. We have crazy socks. So we have to get the men in church to come up to some of these crazy something.
Oh, have you ever done something even when you're on stage and it never turned out the way that you had planned and you have to laugh at yourself? I mean, I'm asking this because persons listening to you, you know, a young guy might say, boy, I would love to tell jokes. I'd love to be a comedian. I'd love to use this to minister. But I'm afraid of even people laughing at me because they may not take me serious in life. Or you deal with that kind of thing, that dichotomy, Lynn.
All right.
Even they might not even accept it in church.
And you know, I realize that one of the reasons why they don't really accept it in church is the presenters sometimes. Because you can have somebody up there instead of giving a joke and they end up allow the pastor to do damage control because they would come and say some things that are not supposed to be said in the church because they find that the only way to be a comedian is to say loose stuff when you can find some simple things to bring as your material and persons find it funny and you laugh and go. All right. So I'm trying to give you a good answer to find out when did I perform and I think yes, I remember one of these big bands they had some after work jam. But I didn't remember that I was booked for it. So I was in a rehearsal for a play. And it was while I was at the rehearsal, my phone rang when they asked me how far I am.
Wow.
That can be a very serious question for a entertainer. How far are you?
Yeah.
Because they will only ask how far are you when they are almost ready for you.
Yes.
And I said to the producer, sir, I'm in a big spot. No, I wasn't properly dressed because I was at a rehearsal. Good thing I had a half jacket in my car. And when I got there, I know my mind wasn't at the show. My body was there. But I was really at the rehearsal because the show was to open in 2 weeks. and I have this big script to study, and I perform. I mean, the people have never really get what they want, but they know say, I know him that. I know him, and that's what I did good. That's why I laugh, because when they know what you have, sometimes they will have mercy on you, because they say, "Something I go on with him to them, man," because I know him that. And when I went back to the play, I laughed because I say, if they know that me have to run, come back now to pick up the script. But at the end of the day, that will not go well for everybody. Because what you get away with, maybe I won't get away with it either. That's one of my moments that I will never forget. But you have persons laugh, But I wanted everybody to laugh because that's the reason why they are there. But my mind was on my rehearsal. And my mind was on, I wanted them to say, if him couldn't wear one different pants. and when you're doing a presentation, sometimes you read yourself because you ask yourself some questions that somebody in the audience ask themselves. Then him couldn't wear one blue pants with the white shirt. And so you are there questioning yourself. And at the end of the day, you laugh about this. So my encouragement to all the men that are listening, especially our brothers in church, start up your drama club. If you notice the sisters in church, they have some clubs, The bigger ladies in church, they will come out and perform, when concerts or rally, they come and do a presentation and you laugh. But the men now, we feel that we must just ensure that the churchyard is properly cut. And if the wall needs to paint, we paint it. And if there's some drastic decisions supposed to be taken in members' meetings, we will arise to give our input. But we not laugh. But I trust from this event, this wonderful show this evening, even at your house now, find something to laugh about.
Indeed. Laughter indeed is good.
Laugh about when you don't have any money and you decide to go and go wash, and you take up a pan, and when you put your hand in there, you find $1,000. Those are some good laughter.
We're getting the wrap-up signal because it's 6:28. But indeed, I remember inviting a comedy duo of Lassel's panel, otherwise known as Mr. Handsome and Mr. Zazan to church. And indeed, it was a hilarious time. Laughter does make us more approachable. And laughter, although we might have a tough exterior, does help in opening doors and causing persons to become more pliable to what we're saying. So indeed, we say thanks to Dr. Nadine Blair, Operations and Programs Manager, and to Jermaine Johnson, our producer, Niku Angus, technical support. Thanks to our guest, pastor and comedian Leighton Smith. We end the show with this quote: "A merry heart doeth good like a medicine, but a broken spirit dryeth the bones." Proverbs 17, verse 22.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for being with us, Leighton Smith there.
All right.
That's
Bless
it
you
for our
all.
show. Bless you
Good.
too. Catch you next week, same place, same time, inside the mailbox, as we say. Monday.
Yeah.
Bless you. Have a great week.
Have a great evening, everyone.
Most welcome.
Bye-bye.
Man, I am a man, yes. Strong man, integrity man, I am a man. I am a man, yes. Strong man, integrity man, I am a man.
I'm gonna say